I'm Hassan Kerwin. This is Newsline. 1 full hour of news, analysis, views, counter views, background reports from and about Liberia and the rest of the global community. Today is Monday, March 2nd, 2026, and these are the headlines. The government of Liberia issues advisories on the safety of Liberians in the Middle East. Senate Pro Temporary Yomli Conga Lawrence called for increased investment in TVET infrastructure across the country. Workers of Firestone threatened strike action amid a reported non-compliance from management. And away from Liberia, at least 169 people killed after dozens of armed men attacked a town in South Sudan, a growing administrative area. These are many more to come, including the news in French, simple Liberian English, and sports, also the weather. But first here is Vasta Talu and the bullet already forgotten. Go ahead.
Attributed to Liberia's Ambassador Louis Brown on the war in the Middle East. The statement purportedly condemned recent military actions in the Middle East and expressed support for the Islamic Republic of Iran. The Foreign Ministry described the statement as fake, emphasizing that it was entirely fabricated to the country's established foreign policy and diplomatic practices. The ministry says, as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council, Liberia continues to coordinate closely with its African Union partners through the A3 framework to advance common African positions on global issues. The Foreign Ministry clarified that Liberia has only spoken once on the matter as part of the joint A3 statement delivered during the UNSC session on February 28, 2026. It condemned the dissemination of the statements as only misleading but dangerous to the safety and interests of Liberian and its citizens both at home and abroad. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has released an advisory underscoring government's deep concern for the safety and well-being of Liberians in the Middle East. In the advisory, the ministry urged all Liberians residing in the countries of the Middle East that are affected by the ongoing attacks to remain attentive to official communications and follow the instructions provided by the respective embassies. Government said that each Liberian embassy in the region has issued or is in the process of issuing an advisory related to Liberians and their respective jurisdictions. The advisory, according to the Foreign Ministry, is intended to provide Liberian citizens with information that would be pertinent to their safety and security. At the same time, the Liberian government has confirmed several arrests have been made in connection to the death of the Liberian national Austin Tengbe in Accra, Ghana. In a video that went viral on social media on Saturday, the deceased Tengbe, aged 26, can be seen mocked to death. According to a government statement, the Liberian embassy in Accra was informed about the situation and immediately initiated contacts with the relevant Ghanaian authorities, including the crime unit of the Sapo Mono District Police, to obtain verified details regarding the incident. He said information provided by the Ghana Police Service confirmed that the matter is currently on active investigation. It said the Liberian embassy in Ghana was informed that arrests have been made in connection with the incident and efforts are ongoing to apprehend other individuals believed to be involved. Senate Pro Temp Nyombli Kanga Lawrence has highlighted the need for increased investment in TVET infrastructure and modern laboratories across the country. Pro Temp Kanga Lawrence said public-private partnerships, innovation hubs, and incubation centers are essential for industrial attachment and innovation. The Grand Bassa County Senator also reaffirmed the Senate's commitment for strengthening technical and vocational education across Liberia. She made a statement over the weekend at the Booker Washington Institute 74th graduation exercise in Kakata, Mangiri County.
We must remove the outdated mindset that equates persons only with white-collar professionals. Liberian builders as much as they need lawyers. We need mechanics as much as we need managers.
Senator Lawrence reminded the graduates of their responsibility to carry discipline integrity, professionalism, and patriotism wherever they go. Meanwhile, the Senate Pro Tem outlined the importance of investing in technical education for stability and national resilience. Agriculture Minister Dr. Alexander Newton says the ministry is open to providing internship opportunities and practical training for graduates of the Booker Washington Institute Agriculture Department. The Agriculture Minister stated that the goal is to prepare graduates for future opportunities in the agricultural sector and enable them to contribute meaningfully to the country's growth. Speaking to Elbc over the weekend, Minister Newton pledged to provide scholarship opportunities to valedictorians of the Agriculture Department at various universities in Liberia.
We just told the student to select a university of his choice, wherever you want to go, move from there.
He believes the graduates are prepared to contribute to the transformation of the country's agriculture sector and ensure Liberians become capable of feeding themselves. Minister Newton, however, reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to supporting the agricultural community of the country. The board chair of the Booker Washington Institute, Isaac Stevens, wants government increase the institution's budget to upgrade trade shops and equipment to global standards. According to Mr. Stevens, such investment will help move traditional methods to modern innovation. He stressed the importance of adequately compensating faculty staff to maintain excellence. The BWR board chair emphasized President Joseph Boakai's vision and the collaboration of the Education Ministry and the Senate to elevate BWR to a technical college. Workers of Firestone Liberia have announced a strike action across the concession amid non-compliance. Declaring the action over the weekend, the Secretary General of the Liberia Labour Congress, Marcus Blama, said the decision is based on Firestone Liberia's refusal to abide by the recent collective bargaining agreement. According to Mr. Blama, the company has continued to violate several key portions of the CBA. He named the violations as unlawful dismissal of workers at job sites, constant intimidation at the working place, multiple hiring of foreigners above Liberians, among others. Mr. Blama therefore said a 30-day ultimatum for Firestone Liberia to respect the CBA and stop unnecessary dismissal across the concession. Meanwhile, the Firestone Liberia management has vowed to address concerns raised by the workers appropriately. Grand Jida County District 1 lawmaker Jeremiah Sokan has called for a new generation of proactive leaders to address Liberia's persistent social-economic challenges. Speaking at the Emerging Leaders Alliance honoring ceremony at the AME University over the weekend, Representative Sokan highlighted the country's vast resources existing alongside acute poverty. Mr. Sokan told the gathering of young leaders that the country is constantly constrained by structural issues that impede its growth, cultural fabric, and overall development. The Grand Jida County lawmaker admonished the emerging leaders to harness their skills and rise to the occasion to break the barriers of poverty. He also emphasized that Liberia urgently needs leaders who are willing to take on the matter of responsibility to promote a culture of investment. The Commissioner of Congo Township, Edward Hunter, has hailed government for the transition of the Ministry of Internal Affairs to the Ministry of Local Government. Commissioner Hunter says the move is a major step toward strengthening the country's drive and ensuring that governance reaches communities across Liberia. According to him, the creation of the Ministry of Local Government will fast-track development initiatives and bring essential government services closer to the people. The Congo Township Commissioner maintains that meaningful national development cannot be achieved without genuine participation. He added that for too long, Liberia has operated on a centralized system, something he believes has slowed growth and limited progress. at the grassroots level. The arrival of government-owned yellow machines for road works is gaining commendations from citizens in Maryland County. Cleveland City Mayor Larry Jico has lauded the government for what he calls a major step toward rural development. Mayor Jico said the arrival of the earth-moving equipment is a huge boost to development and youth empowerment, especially in rural Liberia. In an Elbc interview over the weekend, the Cleveland City Mayor said the earth-moving equipment will significantly improve farm-to-market roles. Mayor Larry Jico said for too long, farmers in rural Liberia have struggled with the deplorable conditions of the roads. In another development, Mayor Jico has disclosed that major projects are currently ongoing in the city. They named the construction of a modern theater at the Cleveland Health Center, along with the ongoing installation of a safe drinking water system by the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. The supervisor for adult library at the National Library of Liberia, Franklin Bobo, is urging the Education Ministry to reintroduce civic education in the Liberian school system across Liberia. Bobo believes that this is essential for shaping a well-informed generation and equipping young Liberians for a brighter future. According to the adult library boss, it is now difficult for Liberian students to identify the functionaries of the governing system and influential figures in society due to the removal of civic from the classrooms. He explains that the reintroduction of civic in schools by the Education Ministry will help students understand the country's history better. Bobo argues that civic education should not be mandatory in schools, emphasizing it is important over other historical topics that may not resonate with students. The Center for Media Studies and Peace Building CMS has concluded a day-long legislative engagement with residents of District 3 in Grand Cape Mount County. The engagement focused on educating citizens about the core responsibilities of lawmakers, including legislation, oversight, and effective representation. CMS Program Associate Christopher Stinton said the initiative is aimed at strengthening legislative openness and promoting transparency and accountability. Mr. Stinton added that as part of the exercise, CMS is sharing findings from its ongoing legislative monitoring with citizens to keep them informed. He noted that the project is anchored on 3 key indicators: inclusion, transparency, and participation. Citizens in Gulf Grand Julia County have broken ground for the construction of teacher quarters in the area. The project is a citizen-led initiative aimed at providing conducive shelters for teachers in the area. Our correspondent coast residents of Gore are saying, due to the lack of teachers' quarter, the only public school in the area usually face teachers' shortage. The citizens said the ongoing efforts will see the construction of 2 teacher quarters to accommodate would-be assigned teachers at the Bolikin Public School.
And that's Basta Talu with the bulletin, and Basta will be back later with our foreign news. Before then will be our weather. You listen to Newsline coming to you from the radio service of the Liberia Broadcasting System. We broadcast from Kenya. Let's take our top story in Kakata, Margibi County, where technical and vocational education has continued to increase desires for skilled workers in different industries in Liberia. Since 1929, the Booker Washington Institute has been one of the premier TVET training centers, empowering thousands of Liberians in and abroad. Over the weekend, the video observed its 74th graduation exercise in Kakata, Margibi County. Stanley Johnson was on the program and our report.